Hi everyone, it's Miss Gata, and today we are going to be reading The Runaway Pumpkin. I've never really read this book before, so I'm excited to read it all with you guys for the first time. It's by Kevin Lewis. Look how funny these faces are of the animals as they're running away. And you see his little eyes poking up in the corner, he looks kind of frightened. Based on the illustration for the cover, what do you think this story is going to be about? Obviously, it's going to be about a runaway pumpkin. But where do you think the setting of this story is going to be taking place? Could it be on a farm? Let's dive in and find out. The Runaway Pumpkin. Once upon a hill, the wind blew with a chill. So far, are you guys noticing anything with the words hill and chill? Yes, that's right. They're rhyming words. Let's see if the story's the rest of that way. Wandered Buck and Billy Baxter with their baby sister, Lil. And there, upon that hillside, growing orange, fat, and fine, the budding Baxters found a pumpkin on a twisty, twirly vine. So another pair of rhyming words could be vine and fine. It was big and it was round, and the boys, their eyes a gleam, gave a whoop, a yell, a holler. No finer pumpkin had they seen, and today was Halloween. They're dressed up in their costumes. Did you guys dress up in costumes for Halloween? What were you guys dressed up as? That sounds so cool. Yet little Lil was cautious, and, of course, she tried to warn them. But her bumbling, big-head brothers snapped the pumpkin from its stem. And as she watched them roll it, at first real slow, but then much faster, little Lil looked down the hill, and she foresaw disaster. What is disaster? It means something tremendously bad happened. So something very bad, and it's even more dangerous than what would be like a normal thing to happen. So there's Lil. She looks really frightened. Round and round across the ground, making a thumpin' bumpin' sound, came that thumpty bumpty thumpin' bumpin' round and rolly runaway pumpkin. A short way down the hillside, that zooming pumpkin caught the eye of mucking Mama Bear, who thought of Granny's pumpkin pie. Oh, geez. All the pigs are starting to run away. Till it busted through her sty. A sty is this little fence over here which keeps her animals in place, like a fence. Round and round across the ground, making a thumpin' bumpin' sound, came that thumpty bumpty thumpin' bumpin' round and rolly runaway pumpkin. What kind of words are thumpty bumpty thumpin' bumpin'? Yes, they are rhymes, but they're also descriptive words. They all describe how the pumpkins comes rolling down the hill. A bit farther down the hillside, just beyond the chicken coop, Grandpa Baxter saw that pumpkin and thought of Grammy's pumpkin soup. So someone else thought about pie, and now Grampy's thinking about soup. Till it knocked him for a loop. Round and round across the ground, making a thumpin' bumpin' sound, came that thumpty bumpty thumpin' bumpin' round and rolly runaway pumpkin. Now, at the bottom of that hillside, where that boundin' pumpkin sped, Papa Baxter on his tractor thought of Granny's pumpkin bread. That looks so good. Do you guys have any favorite holiday foods that you like eating during this time? I love to eat pumpkin pie, and I always think about eating that, especially right now with Thanksgiving coming so close. But Papa Baxter used his head and quickly plowed a pumpkin bed. See, he plowed a pumpkin bed in his field. So at the bottom of the hillside, fat and round, upon the ground, that thumpin' bumpin' pumpkin plopped and didn't make another sound. And as pigs and hens and Baxters gathered round where Papa plowed, little Lil, she gathered Granny and pulled her through the waiting crowd. Buck and Billy looked really proud. Oh my goodness, it looks like they're trying to shove it through the door frame. I don't think door frames could really bend like that. Do you? Then, thumpity-bumpty, thumpin'-bumpin', straight to the kitchen went that pumpkin. And soon after the smell of dear old Granny cooking something. What do you think she's going to make? Do you think she's going to make something that one of the family members were thinking about as the pumpkin was rolling down the hill? Let's see and find out. Oh, that looks so good. Granny stirred and stewed and baked until the bright full moon rose up, and all those hungry Baxters sat themselves right down to sup. Sup is another name that people say for dinner. So some people say supper or sup. Supper could be more of an older term to use, and most of your grandparents probably use that word. You should ask them about that. And at the center of the table, among the soup and bread and pie, sat a grinning jack-o'-lantern with a twinkle in its eye. For Lana, Bella, Emma, Hannah Grace, and all the girls who are on a roll. KL. That was such a fun story. Don't you guys think so too? What do you guys think the theme of this story was? Do you think that was maybe that even though some bad things might happen at the beginning, something good could come out of it at the end? The boys pushed that pumpkin down and made it start rolling, but Grandma Baxter made sure that she made all their favorite foods out of that great big pumpkin. What would you guys have wanted to have made out of that big pumpkin? Wow, that sounds so good. I would have loved to make some pumpkin bread out of it. Thanks for reading with me today. I'll see you guys again soon.